Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom, Shalom. All right, this is your brother Zakar Ya'Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. All right, the Lord willing this be edifying to the Lord's elect. And before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem YAHAWADAH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, to you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. All right, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barak Thumb. Okay? All right. So this lesson is going to be called A New Covenant, A New Way of Living. All right? A new covenant, a new way of living. As as we get, we look at, the covenant that's been promised to the Israelites, the first and the second covenant, all right, as it's expounded in the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, Hebrews, the 8th chapter, so on and so forth, all right, this new covenant comes with many promises, all right? Many things to look for. See what I'm saying? So this lesson was sparked, all right? This lesson was sparked by a conversation that I had with a dear sister in this faith, all right? The beloved Akwath Yashira, all right? Shalom, beloved, if you're listening, okay? And, let's get into this lesson, man, all right? All right, so as we come closer to the end of this world, the world that we currently live in, that's ruled under Esau, Edom, all right, and as we prepare for this glorious return of our King, all right, who will usher in the world to come, as is written in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, all right, verse 7 through 9. Okay, this new world is coming, all right, and as we prepare for it, it's important to know what to expect in this new world, all right, that's going to be ruled by the Israelites, beginning with our Lord Yahawashi, all right, and the 144,000 headed by the 12, which will be headed by King David himself. You see what I'm saying? All right. And when you come into this truth, and this is an important point, all right? It's very important. When you come into this truth, many things have to change in your mind, right? Many things have to change in your mind, your whole frame of thinking, okay? As we're trying to shift our mindset from the thought process of how we was raised, the things that we were taught growing up, all right, that frame of mind has to go away, all right, has to go away, has to change. Let's go to the book of Matthew. So let's start this off here. Okay. Let's go to Matthew chapter 18. And let's hit verse 2. Right? So Matthew chapter 18 and verse 2. It reads, and Yahawashi said, Yahawashi called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them. And he said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. You see? Verse 4. Wherefore, therefore, all right, Slaki, whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. All right. So it starts by humbling yourself, man. It starts by, understanding that you don't have the answers. All right. Because all the things that you've been taught in this kingdom are essentially false. You see what I'm saying? Mostly all of what you've been taught has been false. And it takes a humble mindset in order to accept that point. Okay? To accept the fact that you've been taught lies all your life. All right? And as we're preparing to get ready for the Lord's return, we have to make that shift now. All right? The shift in thinking. You see what I'm saying? Many things that you think about, the concept of aging, right? The concept of aging, the concept of sex and reproduction, the concept of marriage, all right? The concept of health. All these things, all these things we engage in on a daily basis, all right? It has to radically change in your mind, right? It has to radically change in your mind, because in a planet that's refreshed, all right? In a planet that's refreshed, it'll be performed in righteousness, right? This planet is going to change dramatically. It's going to change drastically, man. All right? A complete 180. All right? It's going to look like, let me see, a good comparison. If any of you, let's say if any of you've seen the movie Avatar, right? The movie Avatar by James Cameron, and you think of Pandora, all right? Think of it like a fantasy. You know what I'm saying? This planet is going to be changed, okay? And it's going to look like fantasy, all right? It's going to be looking like that. You know what I'm saying? You think about all the endangered animals. You know what I'm saying? The animals that went extinct, they're going to come back. The animals that went extinct, they're going to come back. All these different creatures, that the Lord created. All right. This planet is going to be renewed, refreshed. Okay. It's going to be like a restart, a redo. I guess you could say that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be like that, man. Like a whole fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? All right. The way it's supposed to be. Okay? And it all begins with you. You know what I'm saying? It all begins within you. The kingdom is within you. Let's get that real quick. Let's go to the book of Luke. All right? Okay, this is Luke chapter 17. Luke chapter 17 and verse 20. All right, and it reads, "And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, The kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation." All right, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation. Neither shall they say, Lo here, or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of our power is within you. It's within you. You see what I'm saying? While you've got these Amalekites, these small hats, these Tengu over there in the Holy Land, talking about building the third temple and red heifers everywhere, All right? That's not it. Like Yahawah just said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation. Neither shall they say, Lo here, or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of our power is within you. All right? quick precept. Let's go to the book of Malachi. All right. Let's go to Malachi chapter 3. Malachi chapter 3 and verse... let's start at verse 7. Let's start at verse 16. All right, Malachi 3 and 16. Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord Yahawah, and that thought upon his name. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts. All right, Yahawah Tazabawath. In that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. See? So the Lord is making up his jewels right now, which is his elect. Okay, that's the kingdom that's being built. All right. Why is it that the kingdom that's being built is a spiritual building? Why is it being built spiritually? The reason why is because if it was a physical establishment, all right, then Esau could have destroyed it the same way he did back in 70 AD. You know what I'm saying? He could have destroyed it a long time ago, man. If it was an actual physical, structure, he could take it down. But if it's spiritual and not physical, Esau can't do anything with that. You see what I'm saying? These Edomites can't stop that. You see? But when you breaking away from the mindset of this kingdom and how you've been raised and brought up, you know what I'm saying? It's a difficult thing to do, right? It's very difficult letting go of the mindset that you've had, you know what I'm saying, concerning this current way of life. All right, due to the influence of Esau, Edom, right? During the, even though it's difficult, it can be done though. All right, it can be done, and it comes through studying of the scriptures, man. That's the only way you can break through this. All right, like the scriptures say, it's meant for the tearing down of strongholds, man, for the breaking down of strongholds. You know what I'm saying? The whole of our people, all right, have a massive stronghold over their minds, you know what I'm saying? Through the influence of Esau. All right? And the scriptures say that only a third out of the Israelites, only 1/3 are going to make it, you know what I'm saying, going to make it out of that frame of mind. You see? Only 1/3. Right? But it can be done. You know what I'm saying? And what comes with studying these scriptures, all right, is to learn what's in store for the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? All the things that's written, all the things that's promised. All right, we have to study these things. We have to study the things that's prophesied to happen to us. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about like a far greater covenant. You know what I'm saying? A far greater promise. All right. Think of all the promises, you know what I'm saying, that was written in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 through 14. Think of all those wonderful promises, all right, but multiplied. You see? Think about that. And that's coming to the children of Israel, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, all right, Native Indians, Seminole Indians, Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? And to all you Israelite foreigners who have been scattered among the heathen and who also look like those heathen, this message is for you as well. Let's go to the book of Romans. All right, this is Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. See? So it's through these scriptures that keeps us hopeful. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. All right? You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to be different. Everything. All right? There will be no old age amongst our people. No old age, no aging. All right? We'll be immortals in the kingdom. And forever, you know what I'm saying? We're going to forever retain our youthful appearances. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Psalms chapter 110, as a matter of fact. Let's see. Psalms chapter 110. Let's hit a verse. Let's start at the top. All right. Psalms 110 verse 1. It says, "The Lord Yahawah said unto my Lord," all right, which would be Yahawashi, "Sit thou at my right hand, until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies." All right, that's what's going to happen when the Lord Yahawashi comes back to establish the throne of David. You see, the rulership of the throne of David, man. All right, and when you hear about the throne of David, it's talking about a government. All right, it's talking about a brand new government. Verse 3, the point, says, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth." You see what I'm saying? We're going to retain our youthful appearance, all right, in the kingdom, man, when we're given these new bodies, right? You know, so aging is not going to be a problem, man. You know what I'm saying? Many now here's the thing. The Israelites will be immortals. The heathen won't have those you know, they won't have that blessing. You see what I'm saying? If you think about another classic would be the Lord of the Rings, right? You have the 12, the Dwarven, you know what I'm saying, the dwarves. You have the race of men, and then you have the race of the elves. All right? So if I was to make a comparison, think of the Israelites as the elves. You see what I'm saying? Immortal. All right? They can't die. They will always retain their youthful appearance. All right? So if that's to give you any idea of what to expect, right? Another thing, the act of intercourse, all right, will be far different. The act of sex is going to be way different, man. You know what I'm saying? Just off the fact that a woman will only be with one man. All right? Like I said, you got to break away from the way of Esau, man. From the mindset that Esau has put upon you. You see? From feminism and all that stuff, you got to put that away. All right? A woman will have one man throughout her whole life. Okay? And you got to think about the health benefits of that. You know, think about how weak and, you know, how sick people are. You know what I'm saying? The more male partners that a woman has, all right, the more health complications that she has. You see? A lot of women don't want to talk about that, but that's the truth. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? A woman will only have one man, and it will be pure. All right? The act of sex is going to be pure. It'll be meaningful every time. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be it's not going to be something where Slack it. It's not going to be something where, you know, you just want to, You just want to do whatever, you know what I'm saying, and just, play the harlot and all that stuff, go on girls trips and everything. That's not going to be the case, right? Slock it. Okay, and there will be no such thing as STDs or any sort of illnesses, right? So, I mentioned the heathen. I mentioned the heathen and all the heathen nations, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Chinese, Japanese, Arabs, all right, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Elamites, the Ishmaelites, all of them, you know what I'm saying, the heathen nations, all right, even they're going to be able to benefit. See what I'm saying? Shit, that's another reason why we need these bodies, man. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, even the heathens are going to benefit. All right, after their 1,000 years of being ruled over, you know what I'm saying, with harsh bondage. All right, after 1,000 years, they get to go back to their allotted lands. All right, and they're going to be able to live, except for Esau. All right, Esau is going to get eradicated, but that's not the point. All right, the heathen nations are going to live longer due to us enforcing the laws. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, they'll be keeping the land Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? They won't be eating any of the unclean foods. All right. Think of how much cleaner the ocean's going to be if we're not taking away its recycling system. You see? If we don't take away the shellfish, if we don't take away the lobsters and the crabs, all right, all those things that's supposed to remain inside of the ocean. Imagine if we don't take those away. If we don't take away the catfish and all that stuff and they just be allowed to stay where they are. The oceans will be a lot cleaner because those creatures are meant to clean the earth. Or to clean the oceans, just like the pig is supposed to clean the earth. The vulture is supposed to clean the earth. Okay? Rats. All right? Scavengers. Those are the Lord's cleaning or recycling system for the earth. He has recycling systems for the earth, all right, on land and in the sea. That's how the Lord set it up. I mentioned land Sabbaths. You know what I'm saying? Imagine it. The earth is going to yield its increase, all right, after it's being given time to heal. Given time to take a breather, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? With greater air, with better food, with clean water, and the environment as a whole, all these heathen is going to be able to live longer, all right, and have long-lasting effects on all these mortals. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be able to live longer. They're going to be able to enjoy, the fruits of their labor far more effectively. And that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? This whole tax, this whole taxing of the people. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be done righteously. All right. There will be no more usury. All right. The people are going to rejoice. As a matter of fact, let me grab that in Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 29. Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right now, the people are mourning because, all right, the Edomites are in rulership right now. The wicked. But when the Israelites come into power, when the Israelites start to rule again, the people will rejoice. You see? And there's another part. I mentioned the act of intercourse. Well, then you have, the resulting of what? Of childbearing. You know what I'm saying? Reproduction. How's that going to benefit our people? You know what I'm saying? The Israelite woman will never experience birth pains. She'll have a perfect body. You see what I'm saying? The Israelites will have perfect bodies where we can no longer experience pain. We can no longer experience death. You see? We'll be perfect. So the Israelite woman will no longer experience birth pains. And this current animosity that you women have, like concerning the idea of polygamy, all right, that's not gonna be a thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer gonna exist in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, the Lord's gonna start to tear that part. He's gonna start to tear that mindset apart during Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? During Jacob's trouble, you're gonna start to realize. You see? So polygamy will be an accepted thing. You know what I'm saying? It will no longer be hated, some hated thing, all right, amongst women. It's going to be out the window. You'll see your sister wives as family. Okay? You'll see your sister wives as family, and no Israelite woman will ever know the inability to bear children. You know what I'm saying? So no woman is going to go throughout life, having to feel bad because she could never bear children. No, that's not the case. That's not the case, man. Not anymore. All right? In the kingdom, let's get that. Let's just get it. In Isaiah chapter 60. Right? All right. Every last one of you women are going to be able to bear children. And likewise, also you men. You see what I'm saying? You men out there, man. No more impotency, no more ED, you know what I'm saying? Erectile dysfunction, none of that. You see what I'm saying? You'll have perfect bodies. Slocky. You'll have perfect bodies. You see? Every let me put it this way. Every shot is a money shot. All right? Every shot is a money shot. You see? It's each batch of baby batter is going to work. All right? And it's going to be supercharged. Let's just get it. I'm trying to joke around like, oh man. Let me just get this. This is Isaiah chapter 60. I'm stupid. Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 22. It says, "A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time." That's the point. All right, that's the point. Now think of one man having 1,000 children. You see what I'm saying? One man having 1,000 children, and his children have 1,000 children. All right, and out of that one man can spawn forth or bring forth a whole nation. You see? So let's talk about my lineage. My lineage in my house. Okay, my house is passed down to my sons, and my sons have their sons. You see what I'm saying? And all those children forwarded my house. You see? And it's all going to happen fast. It says the Lord will hasten it in his time. Right? So there's not going to be any impotency. There's not going to be any any woman that can't bear children amongst our nation. It's just that simple. Right? And for those who's listening, you know what I'm saying, if you're in your later years and you're worried about whether or not you can bear children on this side, you know what I'm saying, you haven't received those new bodies yet or anything like that, don't worry. All right, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Also, you have to remember your foremother Sarah, right? Don't forget Sarah. Remember what the Lord did was for Sarah. All right. I forget how old she was. I think she was like in her 90s or something like that. All right? There's nothing the Lord can't do. And you're about to see a lot of miracles being done in the near future, man. You know what I'm saying? And these, all these concerns will be gone in the kingdom, right? The elect will receive those new bodies when the Lord Yahawashi returns. Let's get that in the book of 1 Corinthians. All right. All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And let's start at verse 38. All right. It says, "But the Most High giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies, and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another." All right, you have celestial bodies, you have terrestrial bodies. You got those that are mortals, you have those that are immortals, right? This is a whole mystery. Verse 41, it says, "There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body, and there is a spiritual body." All right, he's giving the Apostle Paul is giving you a spiritual breakdown of the difference between the normal body and the spiritual body. Okay, now what happens when you have both sides? What happens when you have both? You see, this is a mystery. What happens when you have both? All right, that's what the Israelite is going to become. Verse 44, "It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There's a natural body and there's a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man, Adam," which was Yahawashi in the reincarnation. All right. Yahawashi was Adam. Okay. "The first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit." Verse 46, "Howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual." All right, the first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Lord from heaven. You see? Verse 48, as is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly." All right. "And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly." We will have the best of both worlds. You see what I'm saying? The Israelites will have the best of both worlds. One comparison I make all the time is the Marvel comic character Blade. All right, you remember Blade, who was played by Wesley Snipes? They called him the Daywalker. All right, he was able to live like a human, but he also had all the abilities of a vampire. Well, that's how the Israelites are going to be. The Israelites will be able to live like humans, all right, but will also have the blessings and the abilities of the angelic beings. See, we will be like angels, but just in flesh. You see, we'll be able to eat, we'll be able to sleep, we'll be able to bear children. Okay, we'll be able to do all the wonderful things that we get to do on this side, you know what I'm saying, as humans. But we'll also have the abilities of the angels. We will never die. You see what I'm saying? We will never grow old. We will always keep our youth. We will be able to perform spiritual power. You see what I'm saying? All the abilities that you be seeing in these comic books and in anime and shit like that, we'll be able to do that. You see? We'll be able to travel the stars. All those things of the heavenly, we will have that as well. We will have the best of both worlds in these new bodies. Let's continue. Verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of our power, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, when Yahawashi comes back and he gathers up his elect, their bodies are going to change like that. And the people are going to witness this. And it's going to be like, forgive me, I'm a nerd, but it's going to be like, you know, how Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan. Let's put it that way, all right? Forgive your brother, man. I'm an anime nerd, goddammit. Anyway, in a moment, all right, verse 52, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible. All right? So when we you know, shed off this weakened skin, you know what I'm saying, this fleshly body, all right, and we be given these new bodies in an instant, all right, it's literally us getting rid of this dead body, all right, which in the book of Luke, not the book of Luke, in the book of Jude, it tells you these chains of darkness. That's what we have. We have these chains of darkness, all right, and we're going to shed these chains of darkness, all right, this death, and we will be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. All right, verse 53. It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. All right? Okay? So, in closing, you know what I'm saying? Just remember, Akim, Wa'akwath, you know what I'm saying? You brothers and you sisters. Everything will be dramatically changed on this planet when we, the Israelites, return to our former glory, the glory that we once had in the ancient world. Only this time, we've learned the lesson that our Father had sternly taught us. You know what I'm saying? He had to sternly teach us this lesson. Okay? And what was that lesson? Well, now we know how to govern this world versus how not to govern this world. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to close it out with these two scriptures, man. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 18. It reads, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared to the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the living power. That's beautiful. Last scripture, let's get this in Revelation chapter 21. Revelation chapter 21 and verse 4. And it reads, "And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away." This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I pray this lesson has been edifying to the Lord's elect. And I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem YAHAWADAH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.